The mimosa glasses sparkled in the Sunday morning light at the garden terrace. I arrived exactly on time, knowing what was coming. After 12 years of being the family ATM, you develop a sixth sense for financial ambushes. Why, darling. Mom waved from their usual corner table, her Cartier bracelet catching the light. The same bracelet I'd supposedly helped fund through emergency loans that were never repaid. We have such exciting news about Marcus. My older brother sat beside them, grinning like he'd already won something. At 34, Marcus had perfected the art of failing upward. His tech startup had collapsed for the third time last year, but somehow he still drove a Tesla and wore Rolex watches. Dad stood to hug me, his Brooks Brothers suit crisp and expensive. Order whatever you want, sweetheart. This is a celebration. I ordered avocado toast. Old habits from childhood, when taking too much meant lectures about being selfish and ungrateful. Marcus has wonderful news, Mom began, her voice taking on that strategic sweetness. His blockchain consulting firm just got acquired for $500,000. I knew for a fact his firm was 3 guys in a WeWork sharing one client. But I smiled politely. That's great, Marcus. Which is why, Dad interjected, pulling out a leather folder, we wanted to talk about family investments. Marcus found the perfect house in Riverside Park. 4-bedroom colonial. $800,000. My coffee cup paused halfway to my lips. That's nice. He needs a down payment, Mom said, her tone shifting to businesslike. $860,000. You'll contribute $50,000. We'll cover the rest from the home equity line. The brunch noise faded. Dad opened the folder, revealing bank transfer forms already filled out with my account information. My private account information. How did you get my banking details? Oh, sweetie, you gave them to us years ago, Mom dismissed. Remember college? That tuition payment? We kept them on file for family emergencies. This isn't an emergency. Family helping family isn't an emergency, it's an obligation, Dad said, his voice taking that hard edge. After everything we've done for you, this is the least you can do. I looked around the table. Marcus was smirking. Dad was sliding the forms toward me. Mom sipped her mimosa like this was already decided. What exactly have you done for me? Mom's eyes narrowed. We raised you. Fed you. Put a roof over your head. Paid for your education. You took out Parent Plus loans in my name without telling me, I said calmly. I discovered $70,000 in student debt when I applied for my first credit card. I've been paying those loans for 10 years. That was an investment in your future, Dad snapped. And I've been paying the mortgage on your house for 6 years. The utilities. The car payments for Mom's Mercedes. The country club membership. I have receipts for approximately $423,000 in transfers over the past decade. The table went silent. That's what family does, Mom said, voice wavering. You help each other. And you're doing so well with your little freelance writing business. My little freelance writing business grossed $2 million annually, but I'd learned not to correct their assumptions. Sign the forms, Maya. Dad pushed them closer. Marcus needs this house. You wouldn't want to hold him back, would you? I looked at the forms. My signature line highlighted in yellow. They'd even printed my name in block letters like I was a child. I need to think about it. Think about it? Marcus laughed. It's family, not a business decision. Everything involving $160,000 is a business decision. We need an answer by tomorrow, Dad said. Sign now. Marcus can move in by next month. I picked up my phone. I need to make a call first. I walked to the garden area and dialed my attorney. Jennifer? They're trying to get me to fund Marcus's house. They have my banking information. Transfer forms already filled out. Already done, Jennifer said. I filed the paperwork this morning. Your parents' bank has been notified. The meeting is scheduled for 2 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you. When I returned, they were celebrating. Mom had ordered champagne. Marcus was showing Dad house pictures. Did you make your decision? Dad asked. I sat down and picked up the pen. They watched as I wrote one word, N-O. Dad's face went purple. What the hell is this? Why answer? I'm not giving Marcus $50,000. After everything we've done for you? Mom's voice rose. This is how you repay us. I've repaid you $423,000. That seems sufficient. That wasn't repayment, that was family obligation, Dad hissed. You owe us for raising you. You didn't believe in me. You believed in my bank account. Marcus slammed the table. You're being selfish. They should have cut you off years ago. Your inheritance, Mom said coldly. Keep acting like this and you'll get nothing when we're gone. The house that I've been paying the mortgage on for 6 years? That inheritance. Dad stood abruptly. Sign those forms by tomorrow or you're out of this family. No more Sunday brunches. No more holidays. You'll be dead to us. Okay, I said simply. They stared at me. I have a meeting tomorrow at 2 p.m., I said, gathering my purse. You should attend. Your bank manager specifically requested your presence. 450 Financial Plaza, 8th floor, conference room B. 2 p.m. sharp. I left them confused and angry. The conference room at First National Bank was designed for difficult conversations. My parents arrived at 1:58 p.m., Dad's jaw set in that stubborn line. Mom wore her Chanel suit. Marcus trailed behind, looking confused. They stopped when they saw me sitting with Jennifer and Martha Reynolds, their bank manager. What is this? Dad demanded. Maya, what have you done? Please sit down, Mr. and Mrs. Chin, Martha said professionally. We have several matters to discuss. They sat reluctantly. Martha opened a thick folder. I've been your family's private banker for 15 years. Recent audits have revealed concerning patterns. Your daughter filed a formal complaint regarding unauthorized access to her banking information and potential identity theft. That's not. We were just helping her manage her money, Dad stammered. Maya was 22 and never requested account management assistance. Jennifer interjected. My client has documentation showing she was never informed of these changes. Bank records show you forged her signature on authorization forms. Martha slid documents across the table. This is the signature authorization from 6 years ago. Here's Maya's signature from age 18. And current samples from her license and passport. Would you like to explain the discrepancies, Mrs. Chin? Mom stared silently. Over the past 6 years, Martha continued, you've transferred approximately $423,000 from your daughter's accounts. Some transfers were authorized. Many were not. She gave us that money willingly, Dad said weakly. The transfers I made willingly were documented with written requests, I said. The others, approximately $170,000, were taken without my knowledge using fraudulent account access. Marcus laughed nervously. This is insane. This is family. This is also bank fraud, Jennifer said. Identity theft. Unauthorized access to financial accounts. Forgery. All federal crimes. Silence. However, Jennifer continued, my client is willing to resolve this civilly under certain conditions. Conditions? Dad's voice was hoarse. I pulled out my folder. The house at 2247 Elmwood Drive. The house whose mortgage I've been paying for 6 years. What about it? Mom whispered. I own it, I said simply. They stared. 3 years ago when you told me you were facing foreclosure, I didn't just pay the back payments. I bought the house. The deed is in my name. The mortgage is in my name. You've been living in my property. That's impossible, Dad shook his head. We never signed anything. You signed a quitclaim deed, Jennifer said, sliding another document forward. You thought you were signing refinancing paperwork. You were transferring the property to Maya in exchange for her assuming all mortgage obligations. You tricked us, Marcus said. I saved your house. You were about to lose it. Martha cleared her throat. However, there's another matter. The home equity line of credit you opened last year. Dad's face went gray. You took out a $150,000 home equity loan on property you didn't own, Martha said. Using forged documentation. That loan is now in default. You've missed 3 payments. We used that money to invest in Marcus's business, Mom said weakly. Which failed, I added. Now the bank is demanding repayment. But since you don't own the house, you've committed loan fraud. Marcus stood abruptly. This is bullshit. What kind of daughter does this? The kind who's tired of being used. What do you want? Dad asked, defeated. Jennifer pulled out a settlement agreement. Option 1. Maya presses full criminal charges for bank fraud, identity theft, and loan fraud. You face federal prosecution, potential prison time, and financial ruin. Mom started crying. Option 2. You sign this agreement acknowledging the fraud and property ownership. You vacate Maya's property within 60 days. You surrender all claims to her assets, accounts, or future income. You make no further contact unless she initiates it. In exchange, she drops criminal complaints and absorbs the defaulted home equity loan. Where are we supposed to go? Marcus demanded. That's not my problem. You're all adults with your own income. We don't have income. Mom sobbed. Your father lost his consulting contract. I haven't worked in years. We were counting on you. You were counting on me to fund your lifestyle indefinitely while treating me like a failure. That arrangement is over. Dad picked up the agreement with shaking hands. If we don't sign, he asked. I file criminal charges tomorrow, Jennifer said. Everything's documented for the FBI's Financial Crimes Division. Martha pulled out another document. One more thing. During our investigation, we reviewed Marcus's accounts. The $500,000 acquisition he mentioned never happened. His blockchain firm dissolved with $17,000 in debt. Money his parents covered using the fraudulent home equity loan. I looked at my brother. So your success was a lie and you knew Mom and Dad were stealing from me to fund it. Marcus couldn't meet my eyes. Sign the agreement, Dad said quietly. They signed with shaking hands. All 3 copies. You have 60 days, I said standing. What are we supposed to do? Mom asked through tears. We have nothing. How could you do this to us? I paused at the door. I didn't do this to you. You did this to yourselves. You had a daughter who loved you enough to give you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Who bought you a house. Who supported you unconditionally. And you responded by forging documents, stealing from my accounts and planning to take even more. This isn't me being cruel. This is me finally choosing myself. But we're your parents, Dad said desperately. It meant everything. That's why this hurts so much. But being parents doesn't give you the right to commit crimes against your own child. I walked out. Behind me, I heard Mom's sobs and Marcus's angry shouting. How do you feel? Jennifer asked at the elevator. Lighter. For the first time in 12 years, I feel light. My phone buzzed. Marcus, you're going to regret this. You've destroyed this family. I blocked the number and deleted the message. The family was already destroyed. I just finally stopped pretending otherwise. 61 days later, I changed the locks on 2247 Elmwood Drive. My parents had left it in good condition. Mom's final act of dignity. They'd moved into a 2-bedroom apartment. Dad found work as a financial consultant. Mom was interviewing for administrative positions. Marcus was living on a friend's couch, his Tesla repossessed, his Rolexes sold. They tried calling, emailing, having relatives reach out to tell me I was unreasonable. That family forgives. I didn't respond. I sold the Elmwood Drive house for $900,000. After paying off the fraudulent loan and legal fees, I netted $600,000. I donated half to a charity supporting financial literacy for young adults. The rest went into a 5-year trust, protection against my own lingering guilt. My agency grew. I hired 3 new strategists. We landed a Fortune 500 client. And every Sunday morning I had brunch at the garden terrace. Just me, a book, and expensive mimosas. No transfer forms. No guilt trips. No family emergencies that were really just demands for money. Just peace. And for the first time in my adult life, I ordered whatever I wanted from the menu without calculating the cost or wondering if I'd pay for it later. The avocado toast was delicious. But the freedom tasted even better.